Hello, my name is Chloe. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you the third episode of my books I'm daunted by. So in these videos I pick 5 books that I am a bit too daunted to start reading, do a sort of try a chapter thing with them and just see if I need to unhaul any. So I've done this twice before. I will link both of those in the description so you can go and check them out. But yeah, I'll just get started explaining these 5 books. So first of all we have Replica by Laurent. I was interested in this a little while ago, but it's just slipped down and down and down on my interest. So this is 2 girls, 2 stories, 1 epic journey. It's like you read this side and then you read this side. So you have Lyra and Gemma, and you get a little bit, I think, about their stories in each thing. So I'll just read a couple sentences of each. So Lyra's story. The Haven Institute is a building tucked away on a private island off the coast of Florida that from a distance looks serene and beautiful. But up close, the locked doors, military guards and biohazard suits tell a different story. In truth, Haven is a clandestine research facility where thousands of replicas or human models are born, raised and observed. When a surprise attack is launched on Haven, 2 of its young experimental subjects, Lyra, aka number 24, and the boy known only as 72 managed to escape. And then Gemma has been in and out of hospitals for as long as she can remember. A lonely teen, her life to date has revolved around home, school and her best friend April. But after she is nearly abducted by a stranger claiming to know her, Gemma starts to investigate her family's past and discovers her father's mysterious connection to the secretive Haven research facility. Reading that has made me slightly more interested. I feel like I'm going to read, they're very short chapters, so if I read a couple from Lyra and a couple from Gemma, that should give me a good feel of this book. The next one I have is Everything is Lives by Helen Callahan. I've gone to pick this up a couple times and just haven't. So I got this in a 3 for £5 deal from the works, just as a standard thriller that looked half interesting. It says, no one is who you think they are. Sophia's parents lived quiet, ordinary lives. At least she thought so until she came home to discover her mother hanged and her father in a pool of blood. Sophia is certain her mother didn't try to kill her father, but clearing her name will draw Sophia deep into a past she never imagined, a past that hides a dark and twisted secret. So let's just get a judge of the chapters in here. Chapter 1 is like 10 pages, so that might be a good one to just read a snippet of. Next we have 11 Missed Calls by Elizabeth Carpenter. Again, one that's been on several TBRs and I've just never got to. This I got from a box of stories and I was interested when I received it. But this is, here are 2 things I know about my mother. 1, she had dark hair like mine. 2, she wasn't very happy at the end. Anna has always believed that her mother Debbie died 30 years ago on the night she disappeared. But when her father receives a strange note, she realises she's never been told the full story of what happened that night on the cliff. Confused and upset, Anna turns to her husband Jack, but when she finds a love letter from another woman in his wallet, she realises that no one's left to help her, least of all her family, and then a body is found. So really not what I'd normally read, to be honest, but I got it in a box of stories, so I want to give it a chance. And again, the first chapter is like 10 pages, so another quick and easy one it should be. Next we have The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows by Lavender by Walton. Again, another one I got a very long time ago. I recently read The Price Guide to the Occult by Walton and gave it 1 star. I really didn't like it, so I don't have high hopes for this. This is why I want to read a chapter and get a good judge for it. So this says, Pain in love is the Rue family's birthright. For Ava Lavender, a girl born with the wings of a bird, it is the key to her fate. Ava traces the lives and loves of the Rue women as she tries to understand what has made her who she is and what she will become. On the night of the summer solstice, the skies open up, rain and feathers fill the air, and Ava's fate is revealed. So I don't really like the sound of it, and I need to decide whether I want to keep it, and the first chapter is about 20 pages, so that should give me an insight. And finally, one I know I really want to read, but I just want to get a feel for it, is Illuminae by Amie, Kaufman and Kristoff. So everyone has told me that I have to read the audiobook for this, that it makes the experience so much better. And they're not particularly chapters, so I'm just going to try and read about 20 pages-ish of this, because it is told in mixed media. So I just want to get an idea of what this is all about. So those are my 5 books, and over the next couple of days I'm going to be reading the first chapter of all of those and letting you know what I think. So I'm not going to do it right now, but the next clip you will see is me doing that. Okay, so I thought I'd start off with one I had pretty middle of the road expectations for, and that was Everything Is Lies by Helen Callahan. I read the first chapter, which was 10 pages, I think 11 pages, and it sort of left a middle of the road impression on me. I'm definitely going to keep this around, like it was good. So we start off with our main character, Sophia. How did I already forget that? Maybe her name hasn't actually been used in the first chapter. Who, she's got this relatively new job and she's at a like after works drinks thing, and she ends up going home with one of the kind of bosses, and just as they're about to you know, she nips to the bathroom and finds all his wife's makeup. So I mean, that's fun. And during that time her mom has called her and said that she needs to go home for a chat. So that's that. Definitely, I'm not gonna like prioritize reading this soon, but I wouldn't be mad if it came up in my TBR tortoise, or if it fit a reading prompt or something, I would read it. Next, let's go somewhere completely different and go Replica. As I said, I'm gonna read one chapter from Lyra and one chapter from Gemma and just see what I think. So I'm gonna do that next. Okay, so I actually just read 2 chapters from Lyra's side, mainly because I wasn't sure where Gemma's was going to start and I didn't want to spoil myself for carrying on with Lyra, if that makes sense. I did kind of enjoy this. So all that's happened so far is we meet Lyra, who is one of the replicas, so they are human models, and there has been a security breach and one of the guy models has escaped. And then we find out that Lyra has started to feel sick lately and get confused and lose her way, but she doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to go to the box. I enjoyed that way more than I thought I would, so that is another tick on the keeping it pile. I think now I'm going to go for the one I am most convinced I'm not going to like, just see what I think, and that is The Strange Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. So let's try this one. Okay, I'm calling it. I read the prologue and a couple more pages and I was like, I kept looking how long was left of the first chapter, and I feel like if I'm doing that when I know I only need to read a chapter, then I'm not going to love it. I also found out it is a historical fiction, which, I mean, I don't mind historical fiction, but historical fiction plus fantasy I'm not really excited for. So here's the thing, I am doing a travelling book club thing in January, starting in January, through the Facebook group that I help run. I feel like this could be a good book for that, because it's a bit historical, it's a bit fantasy, it's a bit, I don't really know what it is. So I feel like it could be good for that, and I would read it then. So I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to not prioritise it at all. We'll see what happens, but not a massive fan just from that. Here we go then. 11 missed calls. I was going to show you more of me like reading, but you can't see anything, so I don't know. All I'm doing is listening to the Narnia ASMR room. Apart from that, I've got nothing to show you, so sorry. So this was way more interesting than I thought it would be. I read the prologue and the first chapter, and the prologue we're with Debbie in 1986 as she stands on top of a cliff wanting to jump, and then we're with Anna in present day, who's Debbie's daughter, and Debbie officially went missing 30 years ago, and it's all about her. It's Anna, her brother Robert, so Debbie's other kid, her dad, or their dad, and we've been introduced to their stepmom too. So not a lot's happened. It was 12 pages, but it's intrigued me. I'm not in a rush to pick this up, but a lot of readathons I've been doing have had the prompt to read a book with a number in the title, so I'm sure I'll get around to this one soon. And that leaves Illuminae. Here it is. Oh, there's a sticker on the barcode. That must have been on literally years. That's not going to come off. I wish I wouldn't have started trying. Yay. guess we'll just leave the rest of the sticker on. It's not hurting anyone. Yeah, so I didn't actually read the back of this one because I feel like everyone knows what it's about, but it's the year is 2575 and two mega corporations are at war over a planet that's a little more than an ice-covered speck. Too bad nobody thought to warn the people living on it. With enemy fire raining down on them, Ezra and Cady have to make their escape on the evacuating fleet, but their troubles are just beginning. A deadly plague has broken out on one of the spaceships and is mutating with terrifying results. Their ship's protection is seriously flawed. No one will say what's going on. Okay, so it looks like this starts off with a memorandum to Executive Director Frobisher. So I'm going to read that. And then we've got an interview transcript with the interviewer and Cady, who's mentioned on the back, which goes up to page 18. So I'm going to read both of those things and then I will let you know. And there we go. That was pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm like also really, really intrigued. I know Brittany's told me not to read this without the audiobook, so I'm sort of going against her right now. But there are like pictures of ships and things. It looks cool. I don't know, sort of impressed. But yeah, out of all of these, my favourite is definitely Illuminae. And it's no surprise that my least favourite is The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. But I'm not going to unhaul any of these. It looks like I'm keeping them all around, so this has sort of been a bust because this is normally to help me bring my unhauls up a little bit. But there we go, that's that. This is probably going to be quite a short one, so apologies for that. I do have a list of books to bring you for my Books I'm Daunted By part 4. When that will be, I don't know, but I am going to do another one. Please let me know down in the comments if you like this idea. Sorry it wasn't too interesting. Let me know if you've read any of these books and absolutely love them. That would be great to hear. But on that note, that is all for today. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it and I will see you in the next one.